the one attorney that is willing to stand up to these guys. That's not why I'm doing it, but I don't think it's going to hurt me. I took the video down from my website. I asked Omar to take it down. I asked Muhammad to take it down. But the fact that they're surveilling your family is really bothering me. It's really upsetting to me. Before we even brush our teeth at night, they've checked our social media pages, your family's social media pages, and they're trying to control what we're putting out to the public, and I don't like it.
Exactly, and the only reason they sealed the discovery is because they're tampering with
No,
evidence.
can you do me a favor? Can you print that print out?
They're really
I'm gonna
corrupting.
print 3 pages.
I agree with you. And the fact that they've sealed the discovery is damaging for any ability we have to defend you, in part because they put out a different narrative. They put out parts of the dash cam that are inaccurate. They put out parts of the dash cam that lack audio. They put out various things to the public that treat you as if you're not even an American citizen, that you're somehow a domestic abuser. They put all these things out. They lied during your bond hearing. Your second bond hearing, the Commonwealth's attorney flat lied about you. And they're saying that you're a danger to the public. These are all lies. So if they want to not only do they want to be able to say whatever they want about you, no matter how egregiously untrue it is, but they want to control everything that we say about them. And they don't have the right to control that.
Right. And like I'm sitting here like at this position that I'm in, like really like defenseless. Like I don't even know what can I do on my part to even say anything or defend myself. And like me even trying to prepare for my case. Like you're talking about bringing 28 different expert witnesses, and I don't know what an expert witness in domestic violence. What domestic violence do I have? I've never had any issues with domestic violence. I don't have anything in my body that's violent. Nothing. And my ex-girlfriend is out there protesting in my name. And if I was this horrible domestic violence person, my ex-girlfriend would literally run away from me.
We've got photographs of your arm 2 weeks after they beat the fuck out of you, and it shows that your arm was severely injured. Like it's insane.
All in the name of a badge and a uniform. They're pretending that they're the law, but when they're breaking the law.
Yeah.
When I look at all the evidence, I see that they're lying, I see that they're falsifying, I see that they're
Ditto.
just lying about you.
Ditto.
And I have all the evidence. If it's one thing, I'll tell you,
Each other's pocket.
you know,
Yes.
you see, I'll tell you, it's one thing when for the past 18 months, they tell us that they never beat you, they never sexually assaulted you, they never denied you medical.
What's that?
It's another thing when I see the video and they see the video and then they call here and say, remove the video. Why would I remove the video? After seeing you get beat up and sexually assaulted and then denied medical. Why would I remove the video? The whole entire town for the past 18 months, every single person that I talk to, they say nothing happened. Now something did happen, and now you're telling me that you're seeing something happen, and you want me to remove the video? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna remove the video. I want this community to see what's happening to my brother, and I want this community to tell me if this is okay. And you can't tell me remove the video. You can't say tell the brother to remove the video of his brother getting beaten up, sexually assaulted, and then denied medical. You can't tell me now after I see what's on this flash drive, you can't tell me that You didn't lie about my brother. You can't tell me. I have, not only that I have all the evidence that Sarah Sammy has, I have the jail videos.
I might not, if I were getting married, be giving you my wedding ring.
You know, I'll tell you, man. You know, I'll tell you, let me,
He's looking in all his pockets, like he looks like a guy that is supposed to be the ring bearer, you know, the best man, and he can't find it. So,
You know-
no, here he is. He's all serious too.
this is the jail videos. This is all the evidence for what Sarah Sammy has. All the evidence, all the body cams of Robert Drum, all the body cams, all the police reports, every piece of evidence that Sarah Sammy has. And I've reviewed all of it, and they've lied about my brother. For the past 18 months, they've turned a tragic vehicle accident into something that it's not, and they've lied about everything. What's gonna happen if I release this information to the community? I mean, what's worse than beating up my brother, sexually assaulting my brother, and denying my... I can never, and I'm not even talking about Mustafa, I'm talking about me. I can never be okay knowing that my brother was sexually assaulted. Knowing that my brother, what they've done to my brother is not okay. I have the evidence. I have it. I could release it, but I haven't released it yet. Now, this is the evidence for my brother. This is the jail videos. And this, I'm keeping on the internet. And there is no one that can tell me, remove the video of your brother getting carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. No one can tell me to remove the video that you've had my brother for the past 18 months with a tarp cover on his window.
I think that's what's bugging him the most.
I can't sleep at
Mustafa.
night, man. I can't sleep at night watching how my brother's confinement. Why cover his window? Why keep him in a cover? It's not okay, and I have it, and the community is gonna watch it. That Rachel Adams, this is Rachel Adams. Rachel Adams with Thompson McMillan. What a beautiful firm. What a respectable firm to watch the video of my brother, Mustafa Al-Jazari, get carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, unconscious. He is carried unconscious. And then another video, his confinement, with a black tarp on his window.
Is there
She
anything?
watches-
Is there anything in those videos that goes to the security?
No, when you Google search Prince William County Adult Detention Center, you see the same pictures that's on this video on the internet. You see inside the jail, you see pictures of inside the jail facility already on the internet. You see them doing training videos, correctional officers doing training videos from inside the jail on the internet, on YouTube, on their official video, on their official pages. So when they say, and they argue today in court, that Your Honor, and this is Judge Hilton in federal court, they said, Your Honor, we can't release the video. This video should be under seal because it's going to compromise the security of the facility, of this jail facility. No, it's not. When you Google search this jail, the pictures of inside this jail facility is posted on their official page. You have correctional officers doing training. You have correctional officers, you have pictures of their cells inside the jail
Do you
facility.
think you could plot a whole prison heist
So
just from their pictures?
you know, I'll tell you, man. And then they actually have ceremonies where they're
They're in the
calling,
cafeteria.
and yes, ma'am, and they're calling on correctional officer by first name and last name, telling them correctional officer such and such, blah blah blah, correctional officer such. So what security breach are they talking about? They're not concerned about the security breach. They're concerned about what they've done to my brother, and to have Rachel Adams, from this law firm, from what, Thompson McMillan, a respectable law firm, to call here and say, tell the brother to remove the video of his brother getting carried unconscious from one cell into another cell is not okay. Ma'am, I've served this country. I've done 2 civilian contracts overseas. We're not military, we're civilian contractors. When we go to Iraq, we serve this community, this country at that capacity. I've done 2 contracts. We ran back and forth between Najaf and Baghdad as civilian contractors. And I've done my time, I've done my part for this country. To come back here and to have Rachel Adams call here and tell you to tell me, tell the brother to remove the video of his brother being carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, this is not okay. I'm not okay with it. And on good conscience, I can't sleep at night doing that. I don't care if what's the worst that you can possibly do to me? What are you going to do? Arrest me? You've already arrested me.
I don't think that
What
they
do you-
can do anything to you, actually, from a legal standpoint. I'm the one that could get in trouble. What they're threatening to do is file a motion for contempt against me for releasing the video, but the problem is I released it before the judge ordered that I couldn't, and then as soon as the judge issued an order saying that I had to obey the court seal, I went back to the office and immediately, within an hour and a half, removed the video from any of our public social media places. And then I asked the family to,
Legally, I'm not on a protective order.
Diligence in good faith.
yes, in
You did your due diligence in good faith, ethically, but you can't control other people when they do the video.
I think that's fair.
Provided the court, right?
Well, the thing is,
You did your due diligence.
the thing, Mustafa, is if I get in trouble, it's going to be loud because I'm going to be protesting. I have every right to release the videos that show my client being beaten savagely. But also, when the court orders that I can't release the video, I took it down. So, what this
Your part.
I did my part, but it also shows me that they don't have respect for rule of law because they're asking me to take the video down for security reasons. It is balderdash. It's nonsense. There's nothing in the videos that's not already in the public record, released by the jail themselves, that shows the exact same parts of the jail that we showed. We didn't show any security places or issues. We didn't show people keying in and out. We didn't show what the tactical response procedures and policies are. We just showed 6 guys running into your room and carrying you out unconscious. And then we showed that you were terrified and that you wanted to go to the hospital. But they're sitting there and you're saying, well, no, you're one of the guys that beat me. You're one of the guys that sexually assaulted me. What's your name? I don't know who you are. I'm scared of you. I want my lawyer. Please call my lawyer. I'm afraid to go with you. I'm afraid you're going to kill me. And you were in your the prison cell that you've been in forever now with the black cover on it. You're laying there in bed. You can barely move. You look like you've been beaten to hell. And that's not showing any security measures by the prison. It's just showing the prison in a bad light. They don't want to be painted in a bad light, but they should be because they've done bad things.
You know, I'll tell you, Rachel Adams, with Thompson McMillan, I promise you, ma'am, you're going to be held accountable by law. You know, it's one thing it's one thing to tell me nothing happened. See, for the past 18 months, you know, I know something happened, and you say nothing happened. But to call here and say that I've seen the video, but you're going to take it down. I've seen your brother get carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, but you're going to take it down. You know, when I zoom in on my brother's feet, he's carried, hovering in the air with his head linked.
Yeah, I didn't notice that when I watched the videos. I didn't see that his feet
It's
weren't
at the
touching the
last
gun.
one.
And,
Last couple steps.
and for this lady to call here, it's inhumane and it's not okay. And I don't care who she is, I don't care who she connected to, I don't care what badge or uniform comes up here and tell me, take the video of your brother being carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. I'm not going to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's not okay. And it's not right. And the community is not going to be okay with it. And this community is going to watch this video. Judge Hilton is going to watch this video. And I believe that this community, I believe that We do have rights that are protected, and they're scared. They're not scared of the security of the facility. So their argument, they say the security of the facility. It's all over the pictures of the pictures inside the jail is all over the internet. They're scared of the content of this video. They're scared what they've done to Mustafa. Now they have Rachel Adams who sees the video, and then says, "Take the video of your brother."
Don't
down."
forget Billy Tunny. He's Tunner. He's the I guess the top counsel for what's the name of this firm? Thompson and Mullins. Well, they have it all merged in one word, but he was having some interactions with me today. He's like, "This is a big deal," and I said, "Sir, we've done everything that we can, but I need to remind you, it's an even bigger deal that prison is beating an inmate." I don't think he liked that. But he's kind of a strange guy. The first thing he ever said to me in an email was, "Whenever I see your name, I think of Elaine from The Graduate." And I was like, that's kind of strange, man. Mustafa, have you ever seen The Graduate?
What is that?
It's called The Graduate.
The Graduate? Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Elaine, this is Robert Drum.
I don't remember.
Okay, so it's a long story, but at the end of it, this guy decides he wants to get back with a girl who's about to marry somebody else, so he runs to the church and drives his really cool car over there, and then he's like banging on the church doors and screaming, "Elaine, Elaine!" And so she runs away from what's the word for when you run away from a wedding?
Runaway Bride?
Runaway bride. Yeah. And they run away and elope together or whatever. So it was a kind of weird conversation to have with opposing counsel. I just wrote back, laugh out loud. I was like, I don't know what else to say, really. I mean, are you flirting with me? Are you hitting on me? I mean, because I don't understand why you would bring that up.
Dear God.
Right?
Let's see if he wants to meet your husband.
Sure, break the ice or something.
Yeah, but I almost felt like saying I'm a very happily married woman.
Yeah. When it come off like that, it's like a question mark, like what's his intent,
Yes.
right? I think it's maybe inappropriate.
I thought so too.
Yeah. But these people here, these individuals are very inappropriate. They're all in each other's pockets if all the police officers, all the correctional officers were bad, it would be hell. So I think there's like a couple, well, not a couple, there's a lot of bad apples that are just messing up the image for everybody else.
Sure.
The higher ranks are covering up for them.
Sure.
Mustafa, you know why they're scared? I'll tell you why they're scared. They're scared because there's a lot of good police officers that are not okay with what's happening here. They're scared that other police officers, the majority of police they do their job, they honor the oath, they protect this community. They're from this community. They're not okay with you being carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. The majority of correctional officers, the majority of police, they're not okay with investigator Robert Drum falsifying the police report, then cutting and muting the dash camera, then crushing and staging the vehicle. Now, guess what, Robert Drum? I have all the evidence for my brother. I have everything that Prosecutor Sarah Sammy have. Now, I'll tell you what they're scared of. They put a seal on this the same way they want to put the seal on the video of you being carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. They're not sealing it. They're sealing it because they know they've lied, and now they want to hide it from the community to not show this community what's been happening to Mustafa Al-Jazari for the past 18 months. They know that this is a vehicle accident. The dash camera is all over the internet. For 18 months, they've hid that dash camera. I'll tell you, it's suspect.
He's gone.
it's suspect. You know, I'll tell you, it's suspect. It's suspect that you have over 3,000 pieces of evidence, body cams and police report, but you don't have the body cam of the police officer that were on the scene responding to Mustafa's girlfriend Dorothy and 5-year-old Empress. Those body cams are not there. And so you're going to tell me you have over 3,000 pieces of evidence, body cams and all, but that one video, those dash cameras are not there. What did you do and how did you? I'm not going to say you killed her on purpose. I'm not going to say that. Okay? I want to see the police report. I want to see the medical record. I want to see the body cam.
I want to see the body cam.
I want to see the body cam. I want to see the body cam when you responded on the scene, when you first arrived on the scene. What was Dorothy's condition? What was 5-year-old Empress' condition? Why are those body cam mysteriously not there? Those are not here.
I don't think
But
we
everything
have
else
their
is?
medical- I don't think we have much of their medical records. We have their coroner report.
Now I'll tell you why they. Now when
Oh, I see.
when I looked into the hospital, that hospital is one of the biggest organ transport hospitals. Why is it that they were so quick to chop up the body the way they did? They had to
They have
dissect
good
it.
organs.
It's suspect. You don't have the body cam when you first arrived on scene, and you cut into the body the way you did. And then when I look up, it's the biggest organ transport in the country. Okay, I need the body cam when they first responded to my brother's vehicle accident, and I have everything that Sarah Sammy has. You can't lie about my brother. Yeah, you put her under the seal, blah blah blah, but you've done that to not show this community what you've done to Mustafa.
This is not okay. I can tell you, I'm not
Like
sharp right
this
now.
lady, I mean, I don't know who is gonna represent which client is gonna let her go to Rachel Adams, and they're gonna want her to be their lawyer. I want to know after they find out that she watched a video of someone get carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, that she's seen this video, and this individual is being denied medical, and she's representing the jail to not send him to the hospital. I want to know who in this community is going to be okay with that lawyer being a lawyer. Isn't this an ethical violation? Like by a bar? Like how?
No, it's not an ethical violation. She owes a duty to her client to protect her client. Her client is the not entity known as the Adult Detention Center, the not entity that can't be sued, the not entity that
You know, I want to know. I want to know. Like, is the suit worth it? Is the expensive suit worth it? Is the vehicle that you're gonna buy worth it? Is the house that you're gonna
when
buy
you said
worth it?
suit,
Is
I
the-
thought you meant lawsuit.
You
So
know,
I was
like-
very confused.
Yeah, no, like the point that I'm trying
She
to
had
make
an expensive
is-
briefcase that,
You know,
that was beautiful.
exactly, like, you know, she looked like a human being. The sad reality
Maybe
is,
she's an automaton. Maybe she's a robot.
You know,
Maybe,
I'll tell you-
maybe she doesn't have a soul in there.
you know, I'll
There's
tell
no
you,
soul.
man, there is
soul.
no way that you can.
You could be a lawyer without a soul. You,
You
can be
know-
a very good lawyer without
you know,
a soul.
I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you, it's not human
I know.
to watch a video of my brother get carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, and then call here and say, tell the brother to remove that video.
My favorite is when you're like, I'm on a conference call and she just is screaming so hard I can hear it from the other side of the room.
Who, she's screaming?
At our office manager, yeah.
Well,
Also, our office manager's name is
I'm here to
with
tell
2
her-
R's if anyone
I'm
wants
here
to
to
know.
tell her that video is released, and there is nothing that she can do about it. My name is Omar Al-Jazari. I'm Mustafa Al-Jazari brother, and I'm the individual that has the video to what these correctional officers did. Correctional Officer Daniels, Correctional Officer Walensky, Correctional Officer Tipton, Correctional Officer Suda. I have the video that I've been talking about for the past 18 months, since May 24th. I've been talking about that you've done this to my brother. And now I have the video. And your lawyer, Rachel Adams with Thompson Macmillan, there's nothing that she can do about me releasing this video. and this video is going to be released. Otherwise, what's the point of being in America? What's the point of saying that we're an American? What's the point of saying I have rights, I have a constitution? You want to tell me that our constitution does not protect my brother from these correctional officers carrying him unconscious from one cell into another cell? You want to tell me that our constitution doesn't protect my brother in getting medical? You want to tell me a pre-trial detainee that his family has been screaming and been very vocal about him being innocent? We have evidence that my brother is innocent. We have evidence, and I have the evidence. I have all the evidence. Don't push me into a corner where I'm going to release everything.
So, I hear what you're saying, and as your brother's attorney, I will say this. Hand me that. This is being held right now under seal. We're going to respect the judge's orders. And I have asked my client's family to respect the judge's orders. But let's be clear. This video shows pertinent evidence of a man who was beaten wrongfully while being held in an American jail. And it shows the injuries that he suffered. It shows the grievous wrong that was done against him. And we are going to fight to have this video unsealed. And I will further add that there is nothing in the videos that we released that was not already in the public stream, in the public social media, in the public realm, in the public reality that is the internet, that was not released by the Prince William Manassas Regional Adult Detention Center itself. Even though it's an entity that can't be sued, this entity released this information as to what the inside of its jail looks like, what the procedures are. And we have a right, since they've released all this information themselves, to release information that paints them in a bad light. That's why they don't want this information released. It's my job to protect and honor the Constitution. So I'm doing so. I'm making sure that this video stays safe and does not get released until a judge rules on this. But let's be clear. What was done to Mustafa Al-Jazari is not okay. This is America. This is Elaine Jarvis. I'm here with Omar Al-Jazari. He's a freedom fighter and an honorable human. And I am speaking out on behalf of my client, and I am allowed to speak out as my First Amendment rights allow me to do so. Last
Thanks,
words,
ma'am.
Omar?
I'll tell you, ma'am. I tell you, today I was in federal court,
Yes, sir.
and I saw Judge Hilton, and he specifically said that he wants to review the content of this video. Now, the jail argues that it's a security breach that you're gonna see the inside of the jail. Now, when you go on Google, you see that there are pictures on their official page, on their official website, of pictures of inside the jail.
Yeah.
So
You see D-Pod.
you see D-Pod, you see inside the jail. So there is no security breach. Those videos, the inside of the jail is already on the internet. It's on their official website.
We also did not release any information as to any other inmates. We were very careful to cut out any.
There are no inmates
I know.
in
Well,
the video.
there was one on the video that we cut out. That because what are the
The
guys?
custodian.
Yeah,
He
he was walking up and down
Yeah.
the
So
stairs, but he's not in the video that we released.
So their argument is security breach. Well, the pictures of inside the jail is on their official website.
They're also all over the internet.
all over the internet. They're not concerned about security breach. They're concerned about what they've done to my brother.
Yeah.
And I believe that when Judge Hilton reviews this video, he's gonna unseal it and he's gonna release it. I'll tell you, ma'am, it's been 18 months, and I have evidence where they falsified my brother's police report, muted and edited my brother's dash camera before impact. They muted that dash camera.
And just to interrupt, but just to be clear, since we are under a criminal protective order as well. Amar, you found all this out on your own, did you not?
Ma'am, I have, ma'am, it's been 18 months. And to tell me that this information.
Would you do me a favor? Would
Yes,
you
ma'am.
answer my question up and yes or no?
Yes,
Did you
I
obtain
have.
this information yourself?
Of course I did.
Okay.
It's been 18 months. We have a lot of, we have a lot of police officers inside the police department that are not okay with what's happening to my brother.
Okay.
When I got back from overseas, I started a company for Quantico Marine Base, and I've hired Marines, there are military police Marines.
So you've gotten
And
information.
I have a lot of friends that are police officers.
Gotcha.
And to make this go on for 18 months, and to think that I'm not going to obtain this information from inside the police department by a police officer is ridiculous. There's a lot of police officers that serve and protect this community every day. They wear a badge, they wear a uniform, they protect this community.
And God bless
what's-
each one of them.
And what's happening to my brother, they're not okay with it.
No.
They see what's happening to my brother. They know that an investigator falsified the police report. They know that investigator Robert Drum cut and staged the vehicle. They know that he cut and muted the dash camera. Now, you don't think I'm going to be supplied with this drive? I have every piece of evidence that Prosecutor Sarah Sammy has. I haven't released it. I'm just waiting to see how this whole thing plays out. I want to see if they're going to fix it. I want to see if they're going to, if I believe that when the right individuals watch what this investigator is doing to my brother, they're gonna hold him accountable. I'm asking for accountability. I'm asking that this investigator is held accountable. I'm asking that Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, who's a young, hungry prosecutor, is held accountable by law. She's privy to all this information. Now, she put this under seal. I'm not under seal. I didn't sign a protective order, but a police officer gave me this information. Now, I'll tell you, she has all this information, but she's looking the other way. I'm asking for accountability. That a prosecutor sees that this is a vehicle accident and looks the other way, and instead of bringing justice to my brother, she protects an investigator that lied on a police report. And the only reason he lied, I'll tell you why he lied. My brother sued the police department back in 2018. It was an ongoing lawsuit all the way to the day of the accident. And my brother sued them. And he got police officers fired. It was a giant lawsuit. And it was an ongoing lawsuit all the way to the day of the accident. My brother has been profiled.
Even at least 10 days after the accident.
My brother has been profiled. My brother has been harassed by the police for suing the police. Now that he got in a vehicle accident, they have a grudge. They took advantage of my brother while he was in a coma. Investigator Robert Drum and Investigator Mason, they muted the dash camera, cut the dash camera, crushed and staged the vehicle, and falsified my brother's statements on the police report. And I have the evidence to show this community what they've done to my brother. Now, I'm waiting. I'm going to be really honest with you. I haven't released it. I'm waiting for this police department to look into what's happening to my brother and hold Investigator Robert Drum, Investigator Mason, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, Prosecutor Sarah Sammy, Sheriff Dwayne Hill, hold these people accountable. Or I could release it and show the community what they've done to my brother and let the community decide. Did Investigator Robert Drum falsify my brother's police report? Did he crush and stage the vehicle? Did he mute and cut the dash cam before impact? Because I have the conversation of Robert Drum contacting Rexon dash camera, the dash camera that my brother has. He contacts the company and they tell him that this is a very sophisticated dash camera. When a vehicle accident happened, the files are going to be saved in a specific files. You give us the SD card, we're going to recover the moments before impact. You give us the SD card, we'll recover the audio for you. I have the conversation that Robert Drum had with Rexon. Why is that? Why is that not recovered? Now, they have the SD cards. At one point, I'm going to hire a company that will subpoena the SD cards and bring in the audio, bring in the videos before the dash camera got cut out. Now, Rachel Adams, Thomas McMillan, this lawyer sees what's on here. The second flash drive. This is the flash drive for the evidence that a police officer, I'm not going to say his name, a police officer from Prince William County Police Department supplied me with. And I have it, and at one point it's going to be disseminated out to the community. I'm waiting for Chief of Police Peter Newsham to reach out to this family. Reach out to my family, sir. Because I have the same evidence that you have. And if this community gets a hold of this evidence, I promise you, you're going to get a call from the governor. You're going to get a call from the attorney general. You're going to get a call from every badge in uniform. What are you doing to Mustafa Al-Jazari? And you have the evidence and you look the other way. See, it's one thing to know certain things. I know my brother would never do what they're accusing him of doing. I know my brother. I love my brother. I know my brother. But this isn't just one of those situations. I have the evidence to show that my brother is innocent. That this is a vehicle accident. A vehicle accident that because of a grudge, because my brother sued the police, they're taking advantage of my brother. My brother was in a coma. My brother woke up out of a vehicle accident in a coma. They falsified the statement, they crushed the stage of the vehicle, they played around with the dash camera, they muted the dash camera, and I have evidence to show it. Now, how does Chief Newsham or Prince William County Police Department feel about me decimating this information that his police officer gave me? I'm not under a protective order. A police officer gave me this information, and I can decimate this. But I'm waiting. I want accountability. It's been 18 months, and I still believe that there are officers that have integrity, that respect that badge and uniform, that swore an oath, that will hold Investigator Robert Drum and Investigator Mason accountable. They have the same evidence that I now have. Now, let's talk about the second flash drive with Rachel Adams. Rachel Adams, the lawyer for Thompson McMillan, the lawyer for the jail. She has my brother on a video, from a CCTV video from inside the jail, get carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. And he's being denied medical. Correctional officer, the same one that beat him, that sexually assaulted him, go into his pods and tell him, we're going to take you on it with a uniform that says tactical transport. Now, the same correctional officer that beats you and sexually assaults you, take you in an undisclosed location in a tactical transport, of course he's going to be scared. Of course he's going to be terrified. And he's telling them, I have compounded fractures, I have rectal bleeding, I have injuries, I want to go to the hospital.
He's been complaining about rectal bleeding since January.
You know,
He's been complaining about rectal bleeding for 10 months.
You know, the hardest thing is for someone to say I was sexually assaulted.
Actually, I can confirm that is true. Usually, and I'm going to interrupt you here for a second. One of the things that you learn in counseling is we all have a different process in grief, and we all have a different way of handling it. And some things wreck some of us, and they don't wreck others. But the thing is, we're supposed to be here and be supportive of each other. So yes, it to me it still seems almost worse when a guy gets abused, and then I stop. And I'm like, no, it's not worse. Let's not be sexist. It sucks. No one should be abused. No one should be sexually abused. No one should be touched. No one should be hurt like that. No one, man or woman. And I'm glad that more men have spoken out about it. I actually think Mustafa's kind of a hero to me. I know how hard it was for him to come out and speak the truth, and I also know that the response by the prison
was ridiculous.
was horrifying, because they didn't just deny it.
They had to give the report to his. He had to give the report to
the
guy that sexually abused him. I mean, it's just
the whole thing's insane.
Yeah, Elaine, the correctional officer. So he filed a PREA complaint.
Yes.
Now, of course,
Prison reform, rape, and what's that PREA mean?
I have no idea, but I can look it up.
You don't have to.
It's called PREA.
We can put it in post.
I'll tell you. He filed a PREA. he called the PREA hotline inside the jail, and come and find out that PREA line is disconnected. Okay? Now, there are posters on the wall.
Call this number.
Call this number if you're sexually assaulted. And when you call, you can call this number right now. And if you call that number, it's going to be disconnected. Like, it's not going to go
Do you
anywhere.
want me to call it?
Okay? Yeah, if you look up Prince William County
Here,
Adult Detention Center,
someone give me a
it's
phone.
going to be disconnected. Now, we went to the jail board and jail board meetings, and jail board meetings are held where Commonwealth Amy Ashworth is a jail board member, Chief of Police Peter Newsham, Sheriff Glenn Hill is a jail board member, Peter Melitas is there, the superintendent, and
Okay, Elaine, do you just
and
want me
then-
to dial it and hand it to you?
and then
What's the number?
and then we told
703
703.
Okay.
You call.
792
792
4090.
4090. Sorry, I can't see.
and then we told each of these
Oops.
jail board
I didn't
members
dial it right.
that my brother was beaten up, carried unconscious from one cell into another cell, and then he was sexually assaulted and denied medical. Each of
Okay.
those correctional officers, each of those jail board members looked
Okay.
the other way.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, here's the phone number. Let's do a prank call.
ABC PREA hotline.
Record your message at the top.
ADC. So let me get this right. You're an inmate in Prince William County ADC, and you get sexually assaulted. To file a complaint against a correctional officer that sexually assaulted you, you're gonna get routed to the ADC to investigate themselves, and that's exactly what happened. We went to the jail board members. I got up, my brother got up, my dad got up, my mom talked. We all talked about what they've done to my brother.
I'm just imagining
And then
you're like, oh yeah, to report your sexual assault, you need to contact
Your
abuser."
assaulter.
you're abusing. And then what happened after the jail board meeting? Picked up 500,000 people saw us talk about what they've done to my brother. This is back in December. This is back in December of last year, 2023.
And is that when the jail said that if Mustafa doesn't stop complaining,
Yes.
the conditions for him will
Yes.
not improve?
Superintendent Peter Melitas tells my family that if Mustafa keeps complaining, he needs to stop complaining. Well, complaining is in filing the 1983 complaint. The complaint that the only thing that you have inside the jail to file a complaint is a grievance. He said if Mustafa stops complaining, his condition are going to get better. If Mustafa doesn't stop, he's pretty much given Mustafa an ultimatum. You stop complaining about this correctional officer
It's gonna be
beating you
worse.
and sexually assaulting you, then we'll have your condition get better. Now, Elaine, in those meetings, I have a recording. Of Peter Melitas after we got done talking about Mustafa get beaten up and sexually assaulted. Peter Melitas is telling Commonwealth Amy Ashworth and Sheriff Glenn Hill. He's telling, this is the superintendent.
Mhm.
He just heard us talk about Mustafa getting beaten up and sexually assaulted. He tells Amy Ashworth and Sheriff Glenn Hill, I don't care if they're right. I'm just tired of it. Now, sir, you're the superintendent. You don't care if we're right. You don't care if Mustafa got sexually assaulted. You don't care if Mustafa was denied medical. You don't care if Mustafa was beaten up. You're just tired of it? What are you doing being a superintendent if you're tired?
Well, he did retire.
Thank God.
And I'll tell you, he retired because there's an 18-year-old that was killed inside his jail by a correctional officer.
Juan
18
Campos.
Juan Campos. And protesting for my brother, I've managed to have my cell phone number go inside the jail where anytime a situation happened, information started getting leaked out. I got my brother, I got a couple of inmates that witnessed what happened to this 18-year-old, and they leaked out information that a correctional officer Lindsay, Eric Lindsay, killed this 18-year-old. Now, so this information is already public. Because of that 18-year-old, Peter Melitas had to retire. There's an investigation, blah, 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 blah. Now, back to Mustafa. He says, I don't care if they're right, I'm just tired of it. Now, eventually, what happened? Those videos reached 500,000 views on social media. Because of it, Prince William County went and sat down with my brother. Now, nothing came out of it. We found out that they're only covering themselves. They're pretending to be doing an investigation, and I'll tell you, they're pretending to be doing an investigation because a SANE kit was not done. You say you got sexually assaulted, and you don't
Why
test
wouldn't
him.
they do a fucking rape kit?
Exactly. Why would you not do that test? Because they don't want to see what happened.
Well, and if he says he has rectal bleeding, why isn't
Exactly.
he being
Why not?
fucking checked for that?
Exactly. Why not get him checked for that? Why not take him to the hospital? You gave my brother injuries where he has compounded fracture. Why not take him to the hospital and do a CT scan? You can simply do a CT scan and compare it with the CT scan before he entered the jail while he was in the hospital. But they refuse to do that because they know. Now back to the PREA. After the jail board meeting got publicized, Correctional Officer Suda walks up to my brother's cell, yelling in the pod, Mustafa Al-Jazari, you need to fill out a PREA form. Suda is the same correctional officer that sexually assaulted Mustafa, and he's carrying a PREA form for Mustafa to fill out about him, and it's given to Kepler. Kepler, the one that Kepler is the guy that we saw at federal court today. This is Kepler. Okay, he knows
Wasn't
he's in
it
trouble.
Kepler and Feder who filled
Kepler
out
and
that
Feder.
PREA report?
Of course, Kepler and Frederick, and I have the documents, and these
That's
documents,
unbelievable.
man, these documents are gonna be in front of Judge Hilton.
They didn't file those under seal.
They didn't fall one
The
understand.
PREA report? I don't think they did.
You know, I'll tell you, this community is gonna find out what's happening and what they're doing to my brother. And then you have someone like Rachel Adams, who claims to be a respectable lawyer for Thompson McMillan. Man, what do you think your future clients are gonna think when they see that you've tried to conceal someone get carried unconscious, a pretrial
I have
detainee
an idea.
who's innocent,
I have an idea.
get carried unconscious from one cell? Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
tell you who will hire her.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
mob. Man, she's great. If I were the mob, I would hire her.
You
in
see a
heartbeat.
crime in progress.
Him and the friend Billy.
Man, this is a crime in progress. My brother needs medical. My brother has compounded fractures, has internal injuries, he's got rectal bleeding, and he's been denied medical. And you see a crime in progress, and instead, you call here and you say, tell the brother to remove the video of his brother being carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. See, I can take someone with a badge and uniform, sit right across from me, and tell me nothing happened.
But
I can
you
accept
see that it
I can
actually
accept that.
happened.
I can accept that, and I'm gonna tell that badge and uniform, I'm gonna tell him, sir, I know something happened, and the video is gonna be released to confirm that something did happen. There is a video. You say you saw it. I think you're not telling the truth. I can see that. I can somehow comprehend that, and I've been comprehending that for the past 18 months. Every badge and uniform comes up to me and tells me, I saw the video.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. But to have the video gets released, and I see that you saw my brother get carried unconscious from one cell into another cell. He's in the air being carried with his head lumped over, handcuffed behind his back, and to tell me that I see what you see, you're gonna have to take it down. No, ma'am. I'm not okay with it. And this community is not okay with it. And Judge Hilton is not okay with it. Because I tell you that we're still living in America. We do have a constitution that protects my brother. And the only reason America is because we have a constitution, that we have rights that protects individuals in this country. Otherwise, it's not America. Okay? And for the past 18 months, I'm waiting for those individuals that are patriots to this country. Why do you think I protest in front of the court? Why do you think I come out on social media and talk? The individuals that I'm talking to is individuals that are patriot to this country, that got to serve overseas, that are now back here with a badge and uniform, whether it's for Prince William County Police Department, whether it's for as a correctional officer, whether it's in the FBI Bureau. They're patriot to this country, that served this country overseas, now have a badge and uniform, and are here to protect this community. this is who I'm protesting. This is who I'm talking to. Every time you see me on social media, every time you see me in front of the courthouse, I tell them there is evidence that my brother is innocent. There is evidence that they beat and sexually assaulted my brother. There's a video inside the jail. I'm telling those individuals that are patriots, that respect our Constitution, that my brother is being violated. And I'm waiting for those individuals to look at this evidence and hold those bad correctional officers, those bad police officers accountable. I'm asking for accountability. I'm asking that our Constitution is protected. I'm asking that my brother's Constitution is protected. My brother's rights are protected. Otherwise, if you violate my brother's Constitution, if you violate my brother's rights, you're going to violate everybody's rights. And you no longer have America. I mean, what is America? If you really think about it, what is America? America, the only reason it's America is because we have rights that are protected. We have a Constitution that's protected. Once you take that away, it's no longer America. It's China. I mean, we talk about all over social media, on CNN, we talk about Putin. That Putin is a bad guy. That Russia is a bad country. That China is a bad country. I mean, why? Why are we talking about China? Why are we talking about Putin and Russia? I mean, if we have individuals like Sheriff Glenn Hill, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, Peter Malier saying, I don't care if they're right, I'm just tired of it. Individuals like Rachel Adams that use our Constitution, that use our rights, that use our laws to do the same thing that Putin and Russia is doing. I mean, we've got a mini third world country here in Prince William County, and Mustafa is getting violated, and they know he's being violated, and they call here and tell the brother to remove the video for his brother being carried on. I'm not okay with that. And I refuse to live where my rights, my brother's rights, my family's rights, my brother's Constitution, our country get violated like that. Elaine, I love you, ma'am, and I appreciate you being here for my brother and being here for my family. And I'll tell you, ma'am, individuals like you is what protects this country. Individuals like you that protect our Constitution, that protects our rights, is the reason that we still have America. And I pray for you every day, ma'am. And individuals like Rachel Adams have no place in our community. Individuals like Sheriff Glenn Hill, Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, individuals like Robert Drum, who I have evidence that he lied about my brother, and belong in federal prison. And thank you for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
I have a son to talk to.